How do you feel about a battle royale in the Halo conversation?
You know, I did do a whole video on that,
Yeah.
and my thoughts are mostly the same. It would be really cool to see Halo do it and to do it right.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone could probably find some enjoyment in that, especially because like you got weapon variants and like Black Ops 4's Battle Royale. I actually made fun of it when it was first announced, but I ended up
Mhm.
really liking it. It's
Right.
pretty much the only battle royale I like really played and
Mhm.
enjoyed. I don't know what it was about it, but it was really cool to have like all the classic COD maps kind of
Yeah.
spread around. And I just imagine a similar concept with Infinite where it's like Spire from Reach, like big ass set
Dude, that'd be
pieces,
crazy.
right? Like the Spire's dead in the middle or something.
Mhm. It's crazy because I feel like the setup is there. As the way I see it, and I've thought about it for a long time, is like as long as it just doesn't infringe on, just the base what Halo is supposed to be being good, then like all hands on deck. I'm for it.
I think once Forge is out, sure,
Yeah.
go for it. Or
Yeah.
even just like let people like at this point Forge has to basically be able to create like anything because if it's 9 months out, and we're coming off of Halo 5's Forge,
Yeah, it's got to be
I'm
good.
expecting a lot.
Hopefully there's like scripting and stuff in. That'd be huge, I feel like, for just the casual community. People could be able to literally create their own games in a sense.
Yeah. And then people could totally like depending on how much they allow you to place, like in the map itself, people
Mhm.
could totally create their own battle royales.
And it's just crazy to think about. Literally have your own campaigns, have your own like battle royales.
Yeah, be wild.
As long as it can actually reach that potential. Guess we'll have to wait and see. The old wait and see Halo tactic.
Yeah, a classic.
At this point, it is
Been
a classic.
practicing it since MCC.
I will say at least MCC got to the point that it's at now. I can no, at least it got there.
Oh yeah, it took some time, but I'm honestly surprised that, uh, like looking back, the state that it was in, and that they've continued to support it since like 2014.
Right.
I remember on launch night, we tried for like 3 hours, and we got 2 matches in on launch night.
That's crazy, man.
And at that point, I was still happy. I was still hyped. I was like, you know what? I kind of expected this. I'm sure it'll be ironed out
Nope.
shortly. Oh,
And then Longley and it becoming the case.
yeah.
Little bit not the case.
Oh,
These guys are just out and about. Get him! Nail his ass! Yo,
yeah.
Sling Blade, what are you doing?
Gotta respect Poopsmith 666.
Oh man. Oh no.
How do you feel about like overall weapon balance in like casual and competitive?
Um, Overall, I think it's good because the way I see it is like if competitively I feel like there's very little to complain about, then probably casually I feel like it's pretty damn solid. It's like really my only complaint is, um, at least in terms of something being strong, is probably the Mangler, and it's like still I only would want to see more minor changes for it. 'Cause I still
I
like
think
the way it
really,
functions, and then like Pulse Carbine and Disruptor, I maybe think could use like a little bit of like it just being a little bit better, but I still think they're in a pretty good spot.
yeah, and the plasma pistol too.
Yeah, Plasma Pistol just feels like kind of inconsistent at times. Oh,
Yeah, you can surprise people with it.
yeah.
When the beta first dropped, I was getting some very dirty noob combos with it,
Mhm.
but it's yeah, like the tracking's not good enough and the single shot isn't good enough, and the EMP effect is gone.
Right, right. Yeah, 'cause for the casual sense, I don't know. I haven't really played enough BTB or like played around Beagles enough to like really have a good feel for combo no longer being in the role that it was. But I think at least the disruptor being the way that it is still pretty good in terms of like being I guess a pseudo replacement for that aspect. But yeah, I mean overall,
we
I'm
have
pretty
the plasma
happy.
pistol because we have to.
Yeah, it definitely just it's a little basic now, a little bit more basic than it has been for a long time, but. Oh no, so many people.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't you love it
overall.
when you spot someone in camo
Good.
and they're like
Taking out.
they're just standing in front of you waiting?
They're just hoping to God that you're just like not actually seeing them, but you actually do see them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so I was curious about like organizations too, because I know some of my buddies are partnered and I don't fully know like what that entails. But it
Right.
sounds cool. It sounds fun to be like, yeah, I'm part of this team.
Yeah. So what kind of questions you got?
I don't know, like I mean for pro players it's different, I
It's
imagine, because like you're actually like, you know, playing for a team that's
yeah.
competing.
Right.
But I guess like do you think that's something I should think about or like consider?
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things that I think more organizations. I gotta give credit to Envy and now Optic Envy for being on top of like not just pro players. I feel like they've been doing a really good job at like thinking of a bit outside the box, like getting people that are just like actually content creators. And like I think that'll just become more and more of a thing. So I think it just helps everybody. Because I mean, at least in terms of pro players, like pro players sign on, like they have some obligations, but more so the obligation is like just be good at the game, play the game, don't slack, like that type of thing. And they can't really like judge. I guess it's kind of hard to judge where a team or players are competitively because you're not always gonna get the results you want necessarily.
Yeah.
But there still are like maybe certain stipulations where it's like, oh, stream this many hours or do this thing, and that's just kind of the way it works. Like you just have obligations. I imagine that would still be the same case for content creators too, like yourself if you were to like get into it, which I think it would. And then they scratch your back, you scratch them, and like there's still just obligations for everybody in some sense.
I think it'd just be fun.
Yeah, and then like I think there's plenty of opportunities, at least in terms of playing, being under the Optic banner. It's like I get to meet people, meet other content creators, and been a part of a few videos while I've been in Texas, and like I even get to go into Texas.
You get
head
those
to, like,
great
the
picture
headquarters or
shots
whatever.
too.
Exactly. I mean, we get the pictures. That's really the most important thing is we get the high fidelity pictures for the profile.
Ones that just show off your nice face. And I love those pictures in Raleigh when like one team would win and they'd have all those like hype pictures, they'd be doing different poses.
It's funny because this was like the first time they're like, yeah, we don't really want to do the standard like crossed armed like stoic look anymore, so like let's change it up. And so it was funny they actually did that for like one of the first times for Halo.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
We should go into
for Halo 5.
We should go into like a custom game real quick, and I'll show you some things. Maybe step up your game a little bit. And start looking for them. This might be stuff you even know, but I just want to make sure because it's like once I figured out, and a lot of people have figured out these like movement techniques, it like makes the game like even more, I don't know, enjoyable, I guess, in a sense, if you can use it.
He's teaching me, you guys. He's teaching me. I have a mentor.
Just
think
like
I'm big enough to get into Optic?
There's a chance. I don't know. I really don't know. We might be able to get you some conversations rolling or something.
They're like, how much do you actually act?
That'll be the first question.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have that answer. But one thing that is universal to this game, I don't know if you already know this, but if there's any ramp-like surface, you can get a big slide out of it in the air. If you are like sprinting and you hold crouch for your slide into the ramp. And if you hit jump, you'll get a massive boost out of it. And you don't, and just an example is you don't even have to like always jump. You can do something like this where you're sprinting and then hold slide off of like a corner like that.
Oops.
So you can just kind of like fall into the ramp as long as you're in the air for a second.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so hold crouch like after you're in the air.
Ooh.
You can even maybe drop a little bit later, like a little further up, so that you can kind of get that timing down. But this is like something that you'll start to notice like on every map, where you'll be able to just
Yeah.
start moving around a lot faster
Yeah, I do
and
watch
just zooming around.
Shyway stuff sometimes, and I'm always like fascinated by these weird things
Yeah.
that he finds and that other people find.
Exactly. This is like one of the first few things that we've been able to, like Shyway and like many others, myself, like we were able to just like find out. It's like, oh, the movement in this game is actually pretty cracked. Like you can get pretty fast and do things very quickly. And this is just one of
Yeah.
those things. Like there, even if it's not like a staircase or it's like not a ramp, as long as it's like sloped like this, you can always just like hit ramps like this to get a big speed boost.
Yeah, and you can kind of come out at like weird angles.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can even do it like in a weird, exactly like that.
Like that.
Yep. And then another thing that's kind of similar to that, if you come over here, this is probably about the maximum height, where you can essentially do what we were just doing over there on the ramp, but do it on like a flat surface. So if you time your slide off of the surface like that, you have to like hit slide pretty much right before.
Ooh.
Yeah, right before you land, you hit slide and it'll give you that boost.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Okay,
it sends you
okay,
out.
that's really cool. Oop. I got it the first time.
That's like, you're getting kind of close to the maximum height, but, so this can be like a little weird. You can also do it off like boxes like this. It doesn't matter what the height is as long as you're somewhat elevated. You just have to make sure you're hitting your slide right before you touch the ground. Like hit crouch right before you touch the ground.
Oh,
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, look
now,
at that, boys.
now
Look
you're
at that.
slipping and sliding all around.
Yeah.
Now you're at the water park.
Yeah, we're at the water park, baby. Look at that. There's the water.
And so, like, if you come over here real quick by the batteries area,
Oh.
you can like chain stuff like this, or like you can even see like you can chain it from like here into like this turbine area. And you can come back and go in between, and just like
Man,
chain it
that's
from one
so
zone to
much
the
shit
next.
I wouldn't even like think to do.
Exactly, and it's like it just makes you that much faster. But then like something like this too, where it's like you might think to just jump from on this box over like the double stack right there, but you can even hit like the slide fast enough and cross the way.
Oh, mama. Oh,
You do need to slide though. You do need to slide.
definitely takes a bit. Oh shit. Definitely something to practice. Like,
Yeah, you're already getting it pretty quickly though. I will say like you're doing pretty good with it already.
oh
Nice.
baby, look at that, boyos. I'm
You
a
got the
pro.
you got the timing down pretty well. I gotta give you props.
Yeah.
You're doing it pretty well.
Hit me up, Optic.
He's got the movement. Shyway, get him on the next video. Get
Yeah,
him
get
in.
me on the next video.
But yeah, it's nice to like.
Oh, sometimes it's a little.
Yeah, it's
There's like
it's a
sweet
weird
spot
thing.
for it.
Yeah, there is a sweet spot, and like the height of this box is like kind of the maximum. So if anything's higher than this, it's probably not gonna be able to. You're probably not gonna be able to hit the perfect slide for it.
That's very cool, though.
Yeah, but like I said, now just be on the look for it. Look out for it, because you'll see so many spots on like every map where you'll be able to chain these things together, and like you'll just be zooming, and no one will be able to like handle it essentially.
Yeah, just
For
like what
that.
you were doing to me.
Exactly. I mean, I was using it. I was using it on you. I was doing these things.
Yeah, you were zipping and zooming.
Yep, that is the case.
I definitely got to get the timing down.
And then
The
same
call outs are
thing.
gonna be like, he's on the box, he's on the box, one shot on the box.
He's actually behind me. He's actually behind me now. And then same thing with like the grapple too. Like you probably already know,
Oh.
but if you get like a sprint, jump, and then slide into it, you just zoom through.
Yeah, you get pretty far on that. I was able to figure that out like in the campaign. I don't know if I got it like as fine-tuned as you do with some of that movement.
Yeah, I've been practicing this stuff nonstop, so it's ingrained now in the brain.
Yeah, I'll have to remember this stuff too.
Yeah, like I said, For me, it definitely makes it just like a little bit more fun because like, dude, you just feel like you're. It's like one of those things like you're actually earning it. Like you're timing it down. It's like not everyone's doing it all the time, nor can they just do it at any given moment. You got to find the right spots and still got to execute it. So, I think
Yeah.
you gotta tweet it out. Like whenever you get like a pick next time, kill somebody after hitting a nice mean slide, you're gonna have to like at me on Twitter.
Yeah, if
So I
I
can
ever
see
get
it.
that, if I can break my casual habits.
I mean, even in a casual game, just let me see it, 'cause I think you'll start to use it a lot if you find the right spots to use it. Makes it really fun.
Yeah, no, definitely.
All right, well,
I'll definitely try.
I think got to figure out the account. Send me the 1,600 Microsoft points, maybe a little extra
Oh,
for the
800 at
lessons.
best. 800 at best. I'm not made
But
of money.
all right, maybe we'll give you the discount. I'll think about it.
Yeah.
But
I'll
yeah.
give you enough to change your gamer tag if you want.
Oh, let's go, man. I mean to change it. Need to get rid of the second I in my name.